everyone. I had a request on wanting to know how I make my pom-poms without the pom-pom maker. I plan to get a pom-pom maker anyways because it makes it faster and easier to make them. Sorry, I'm trying to get adjusted here. I'm seat belted in, it makes it hard. So anyhow, it's pretty simple to do. And so how I usually do is that I start off with like my two. I'm gonna make a mini one, and the mini ones are pretty easy to do. So simply get a fork of any kind, and you could use one color, or in my case I'm doing multiple, so I'm doing my pink and white ones. Kind of hard to tell because it's so light in color there, but it's pink and white. And so what I do is I take my fork, put this over the top of it like this. Sorry, makes life a little easier is about that much. Put it in the middle here. This is what you'll tie the pom-poms together. So put it in the middle slot of the fork and keep it there. Okay, now take your strings of your yarn, flop it over. Okay, with a little bit dangling down, just a little bit, not too much. Okay, so you have a little bit hanging. Okay, and then you put this through the last spot, swing it around to the middle to go, go through to make a little loop, and then flap it over. So it will look kind of like, it's hard to do this when you're in the car, kind of like that if you could see it in the front. Okay, now you start doing your loops. Now depending on how big of the minis you want them to be, in my case, since I got, technically it asked for 30 wraps, but because I got two pieces of different yarn, I'm doing smaller than that. I'm doing 15 rounds instead of 30. But technically, excuse me, but I'm actually going to go a little bit over, so I'm going to actually do 20 rounds. So it just depends on how many you want. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Okay, now that I've done that, take your scissors, chop that off, and now you need to tie, oops, I think I just got unraveled, but that's okay. Okay, there we go. This is kind of hard because I'm trying to keep it together here. Alright, now you take the original string that you had put in there through the loop there originally, put it behind it, go through the middle, like so, through the middle. Okay, and then you take the two strings together and tie it into like a double knot. So let me go ahead and do that real quick. So I usually like to do a double because just to be on the safe side. So one loop, two loop, and tie it not too tight, but tight enough. And when you done your little knot there, pull it off the fork, take those two sides there and pull it tight. Okay, so now you got it nice and tight. And then I do another knot. There you go, nice little knot. Now put these down to the bottom, because these are what you'll want to keep as much as you want down, so in case you want to attach these into something. Okay, and now you take your scissors and start cutting through the loops on the sides here. So it might be a little tight squeeze. It might be easier if you have smaller scissors, but I didn't have I don't have any small scissors with me. Okay, cut through them to where it kind of opens up there in the middle. Just try not to cut through the original line that goes across this way. Just go around the circle this way. Because if you cut that middle, it'll unravel the whole thing. Okay, so just keep going. As I said, it's easier if you had smaller scissors than what I have. And of course, you have it in here that's already sticking out, so just kind of pop that off. Okay. That was from the edges that you had originally. The excess string or yarn that was hanging off the fork when you first started. That's what that little piece was. Alright, then you're on to the other side. Clip. 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 And yes, I know some of you are probably laughing, especially those that know me, because I have a habit of sticking my tongue out when I'm concentrating. I don't know if anybody else does that too. So I do apologize if you see me a couple times doing that. It usually happens when I'm concentrating on something. Okay. And now you go through it and see if there's any loops that you might have missed. Yeah, see I got one right here. One right there. Okay. Alright, now you got your little mini. Kind of shake it off. Okay, now you can start trimming around to take out some of the excess that might be sticking out, or, you know, to your likings. Alright. Okay, I got a couple more spots I just don't like. I gotta trim it up. Go. Okay. And there you go. A little mini PomPom. Easy peasy. So all you need is a fork, scissors, and your yarn, and you're good to go. And like I said, that you it normally says to put 30 rounds. Yeah, that's if you have like maybe one string, but if you're using two different colors, then I would do half of the rounds. So at least about 15, or in my case, to make it look like this, I do 20 rounds. And as I said, the fork doesn't really matter on the size. You can, like, I just got a disposable fork, and that works just as well, in case you do not have a PomPom maker. This is another way of doing those. So those are my mini, these are the mini PomPoms. That's going to be attached to one of my dolls that I'm making. Alright, you guys, and yeah, of course you're going to have a little bit of mess. So I would advise, you know, of course I had to have the mess go on me, but you know, always, you know, you can always have a little paper towel or something to catch all your trimmings that you cut off here, whatever you would like to do. But other than that, I hope you enjoy these little PomPoms, and I hope you have fun making your own. I will try to do show you the big one and what I use. You don't use a fork for the big one, but I'll show you what I do in regards to the big one. It basically, just to let you know ahead of time, the big one, you just need two empty toilet paper rolls and your string and your scissors, and that's all you need to do the big one. And of course a template that is a like cardboard templates that are about, you know, yay round. And so I will show that on another time. It's hard to do that while you're in the car and try to show it on here, so maybe when I get home, I'll show you one of those, how it's done that way. Or I may attempt it in here. Maybe I'll try to do one in here. It's just kind of messy to do the bigger ones. Alright guys, well, I hope you have a wonderful, blessed day. So the crafty Nana is signing off. Have a good one.